Yeah.
This happened. Obviously, it's been a while since we've done Frankston Tales.
Last week.
What?
It was last week.
Okay, well, we're doing it again.
It's time for Frankston Tales.
Devlin said it was last week.
That was me.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know I was set on a microphone or not.
Frankston, beautiful suburb, place where Keelan and I live. Some would say jewel of the South.
Others would say not a beautiful suburb.
Has palm trees.
Yeah, it does have palm trees.
Great.
Yeah, it does have a lot of jewel theft.
Has 3 donut shops on one street.
And what
That's
else
actually-
could you ask for?
That's actually like a indicator of a pretty bad place with a low socioeconomic area. If there's enough demand for 3 donut shops.
Yeah, you know what? You have a point, but
Yeah.
if you want a donut and you're not feeling it from one place or the other place, you
keep
still have a
going.
donut. Yeah, that's great. So Keelan has been working at my place. Why don't you start with your tale?
Last Thursday, we had a busy filming day. I got there at 10 o'clock at Lewis's house, ready to film a bi-monthly bull and his podcast.
I'm assuming he was asleep.
No, not this time.
I was up and both of us were ready to go because we knew it was such a busy day for
And
us.
the house next door is full of contractors and they're yelling and they're screaming and the radio's up really loud,
They're
tearing down the bungalow.
Yeah. You could just hear Triple M all day.
Triple M.
The Triple M wasn't even unnecessary. The Triple M wasn't even the issue. The issue was they were demolishing a bungalow, but they had no machinery. They did the whole thing by hand with sledgehammers. And there was one guy in particular that every time he swung the hammer, literally every time he went, "Oh yeah!"
Like he was Sharapova
Yeah.
playing tennis, but
Yes.
with a sledgehammer.
And it was so obvious it was just the boys having a good day with no boss.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
were just screaming from like, Lewis says 6 a.m. and they didn't leave until like 3 p.m.
Yeah, 6. This is how I woke up in the morning. 6 a.m. on the day I have to film a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah! And then smash, and they were demolishing the house in the most fun way possible.
Yeah, not the most efficient or practical.
No, and I can't knock them for it. I didn't complain at all.
No,
It
it's a
was
free
annoying,
break room.
But I couldn't fault them for it because I was actually jealous. I wanted to jump the fence and join in and make noises myself.
Yeah. Did
But
you ask for a go?
I should
You
have.
could have just filmed that. That would have been a good video. We demolished a house. Like, that's a good clickbait.
Yeah, that would be good. I
Should have
did
just asked
hear,
to join in.
It was pretty sweet. I went out for my lunch break. I walked down the street and I get back and it's a working day and they're all just hanging out at the front, just chatting, pretending to put stuff in the boot of a car.
the boss
While
was
there's
there.
like 2 guys actually working on the site.
Yeah, there was 6
was
men to
sweet.
demolish like a little studio bungalow.
Dude, welcome
One
to
guy could do it.
Welcome to Australia. That's every work site in the country.
Yes, yeah. And they were making sound effects the whole time. You're the Voice came on, and all 6 of
Perfect.
them started going, "Your voice don't understand." They started smashing in
All right,
unison.
mate. You've got a sledgehammer in your hand. You're out
Yeah.
in the sun, and John Farnham comes on.
Man, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I think it was really good.
But it did ruin your day.
It did ruin
Sounds
my
like
day.
you're complaining.
Yeah, well, I think that honestly, I was happy to sacrifice my day because they were having such fun.
Yeah.
At halfway through the day, I'm walking through, and you can hear the other side, and I hear the really loud guy, go, "Oh, what time's the boss coming in?" Someone goes, "Oh, about 30 minutes." And he goes, "Oh," he's like, "Oh, what's the problem?" And he goes, "Oh, apparently he doesn't like my on-site behavior." And then he goes, "Oh yeah." So that's great. That was Keelan's Frankston tale. My one is a banger.
By the way, that tale wasn't. I'm sure it did occur in Frankston, but not a typical Frankston's tale. Could have actually happened in any suburb.
Could have been any work
Mainly
site.
just a tradie tale.
Yeah, it is a tradie tale.
That happens on work sites all around Australia. That behaviour.
Yes. And, sound off below with your tradie tales. This one's great. So you used to come to my house to record the show, Luke. The bakery near mine,
Yep.
they have a $10 minimum.
Yep.
huge.
The same bakery that had the incident of the lady coming in and screaming, asking for a tap.
Yes.
If people
Here a
cast
tap
their minds
around
back.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So $10 minimum, really annoying, right? Especially at a bakery where you never want $10 of anything. You want a loaf of bread and then maybe some pies. And those are separate transactions.
Do they do coffee?
They do coffee, but it's not very good. So no one's getting it. Like, even if you're going in for lunch,
But that's how they get you to get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just that. So I'm walking past in the morning and there's this woman in there screaming at the woman behind the counter, going with one loaf of bread in one hand and a debit card in the other. And I catch what is the back end of this
You already know what's happening.
Yeah, I see it before I hear it and I go, this is great. I stop outside so I could just listen to this and I hear this. I want to pay for it. I want to give you money. All I want is bread. I don't need $10 worth of fucking bread. I just want a loaf. And the woman's like, it's a $10 minimum. It's a $10 minimum. She goes, no, it's not. That's bullshit. Plug in $3.30. I'll pay for it right now.
Yeah.
Take the card. And she goes, it's a $10 minimum. And she goes, oh, so you're not going to take my $3.30? And she goes, no, it's a $10 minimum. She goes, all right, I tried. I guess you don't want my money. And then she ran out of the store with the loaf of bread, ran down the street.
I saw the back end of this on your Instagram story.
Her running down the street with a loaf of bread, just sprinting. And I sat and watched her. She sprinted the whole length of the street like she was in the Olympics with her one loaf of bread and debit card.
Fuck.
Really great.
That would never, ever happen where I live.
No.
Ever.
Because your neighborhood is full of pushovers who would spend $10.
Actually, a weird incident happened in our neighborhood. It wasn't very funny though, so I'm not really sure why I'm going into this, but I've brought it up now. It went really viral. It was on the news and stuff. There was a guy in a wheelchair.
Shitty Diamond City.
No, there was a guy in a wheelchair who got denied from an Indian restaurant in Eltham. And they were like, we don't have room for you. And he made this video, it went viral. And now everyone in the area is like, fuck this place. We're never going. I'd never even heard of it. But so they clearly weren't doing great business.
Do you own an Indian restaurant, Q?
Man, why have you never invited us? That's crazy. But yeah, no, that was surprising in my area. Oh, that's not very well to do. But yeah, that would never happen. Someone
blatant theft, like someone going, I'm going to steal from you, goodbye.
But they did it in like an honourable way. No, not really.
Honestly, I can't fault it. I've just stopped going
Isn't
there.
it illegal to do minimum?
It's not illegal, but the FPOS companies don't like it. And like, you know, you wouldn't snitch, but you could call Visa and go, oh, they're doing $10 minimums. And then Visa would tell them, stop doing that or we won't serve you as a customer.
Yeah, but the business lose money because they get a cut taken from the FPOS. Is that why?
I think
it's like 1%, isn't it?
I think the cut is so small now that it's actually just about upselling rather than the cut. I believe. I don't know. I've never
there was the place near the old warehouse that did a $30 minimum. Remember that?
Oh, yeah,
that was right. Wild.
And it was a great tuck shop. And we went there one day to look at the selection, and all of us were like, oh my God, this has everything.
Yeah.
And then it was a $30 minimum.
And we never went back.
Yeah.
And then we trashed it on a podcast, laughed about it, and moved on.
That bakery is in the community's bad graces at the moment because for some reason they also got rid of white sourdough bread. Walked in one day.
So that's the best kind of sourdough bread.
I've been getting white sourdough bread every single day.
What, they do wholemeal sour meal bread?
I walk in one day. And they go, oh, we don't do that anymore. I'm like, oh, what do you do instead? She goes, oh, wholemeal sourdough. And I was like, okay.
And then I left. Like whole wheat.
Fuck whole wheat.
Yeah, fuck whole wheat.
I like bone meal better.
3 months later, right? I think the whole community did what I did. Was like, all right, well, I'm just never coming back. 3 months later, there's now a giant sign that says white sourdough is back. That's the only thing it says.
How fucked
really?
Yeah, I think the whole suburb must have just gone on strike. Well, I'm not going to the bakery anymore.
How fucked is this? They raised sausage rolls by 40 cents also.
At that same bakery?
At the same bakery.
Yeah. At what point are you just like telling people to leave the store? $10 minimum, extra 40 cents. Next they're going to be charging for sauce. Fucking riot.
They do.
Let's all steal a loaf.
It's very expensive also.
Sprint down the street.
You know what?
Just go in there. All right, you hate business, do you? You hate getting money, all right? We go in there with our debit cards, we wave them around, and then we get Devlin to film the back end of us sprinting down the street.
That could be good.
Yeah.
Community action.
Bit of content.